Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another great video. In today's video we're going to be looking at how to stop your vehicle in an emergency only using your handbrake. Let's get started. So the first few things you need to know before doing this is that number one, your handbrake is directly connected with a cable to your rear brakes. That means you should only be doing this if your brakes actually fail. When your brakes fail, you can actually use your handbrake, which is actually a physical connection to your rear brakes, to stop the vehicle. Because it's connected to the rear brakes, it can be a little bit dangerous to apply your handbrake. And the reason being is, when applying your brakes, you notice the car will dive front and the rear will pick up. When it does that, basically the weight is being transferred to the front. That is why brakes in general are split 60-40 or 70-30, with the lower amount going to the rear. And the reason being is, when you hit your brakes, the rear is going to pick up as the weight shifts front. And when it picks up and the weight is shifted to the front, there's going to be less traction on the rear tires. So that means I cannot just simply pull up my handbrake. If I just do that, it's going to lock up and it can be quite a dangerous situation and I can meet into an accident. So the second thing you need to know is that when doing this, you cannot just pull up your handbrake. You have to pull it up gradually but firmly in a linear fashion, so that when you up your handbrake, it doesn't lock up the rear wheel. However, you have a feel for it and you can stop the vehicle in time without locking the rear wheels. Thirdly, your foot brake is actually assisted. That means it's boosted. When I say it's boosted, I basically mean that the brakes can actually stop the vehicle by just lightly tapping on it and then letting the engine provide the rest of the force that's required. However, because I said your handbrake is directly connected to your rear wheel, that means there is no assistance there. When there is no assistance, that means you're going to have to put some kind of effort to stop your vehicle. So just be aware that it's much harder to put up your handbrake to stop the vehicle than just applying your foot brake. So without further ado, let's go actually test this out and see if I can actually stop my vehicle by just using a handbrake. Please be aware that you shouldn't be trying this unless it's an emergency.
Cold start! So guys, let's get started on this. We're only going to use our handbrake to stop the vehicle. So first off, the van weighs much more than a normal car would. It weighs around 2.2 tons, so it's going to be a little bit harder to stop the vehicle. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to try and stop the vehicle from 40 kilometers an hour, starting now. Shit. I'm going downhill as well. And as you can see, it takes much more force than required to stop the vehicle just from 40 kilometers an hour. So it is quite dangerous, and it took me about maybe 10 to 20 meters just to stop using a handbrake. So yes, it is very difficult. Now I'm still going downhill. I'm now doing 60, putting the handbrake on. Oh crap! Stop! Whew. That is a serious workout just to stop the vehicle from 60 kilometers an hour. So just to be clear, you have to put a lot of force just to put the handbrake on. However, this is due to it being in a van. I suspect in the car it's much easier because the car is obviously lighter. But my god, that took a lot of power. And this was also due to me going downhill as well. Just to stop the vehicle on a downhill incline, it requires all of my force, and I'm quite strong, so I suspect some ladies will have some trouble actually trying to pull this off. So although you pull your handbrake up, you need to pull it in a linear fashion so the rear tires don't lock up. As in, gradually get tighter and tighter, but as you pull it tighter, it's getting harder and harder to pull up. Oh, I'm absolutely exhausted. Let me try this again from 20 kilometers an hour. Stops. Whoa. Just to stop at 20 kilometers an hour, it took about 10 to 15 meters just to stop from that speed. And now I'm going to try 40 kilometers an hour uphill to try and stop the vehicle using my handbrakes. Are you ready for this, guys? 3, 2, 1, stopping now! That took much quicker than before, obviously due to me going uphill. Stop the vehicle on level ground. 3, 2, 1. It's nearly impossible to do an emergency stop with your handbrake, so just be aware of that. If you want to stop like a normal car, you probably can with the force that I'm applying. So the question you should be asking yourself, can you stop your vehicle using a handbrake? Yes, you can. However, if your vehicle is heavy, it's going to be quite hard. It's actually very hard just to stop the vehicle. But the fact remains is that in an emergency, if your brakes fail, you can stop your vehicle just using your handbrake. So the force that this handbrake requires to put on is immense. Like, it's literally back-braking. However, it only slows you down as much as you would normally slow down and stop at, say, a robot or whatever. Let's say a robot is going from green to red, and then you apply a brake gradually as you're getting there. That's exactly how this is. This is a very gradual brake, this thing. However, if you do this, it will reduce some speed in terms of colliding with someone, and it will also get your vehicle stationary. Even though it takes some time, it will stop your vehicle, especially if you're going down an incline and you can't stop your vehicle. It's just that it requires a lot of muscle. And another thing you need to be aware of is that you cannot just jerk up your handbrake. If you do that, you're going to lock your rear tires and you are going to start sliding, which is also termed as oversteer and similar to drifting. You know, if you've seen a vehicle drift, this is what's going to happen if you pull the handbrake up too hard. However, if you put it gradually, like how I am doing it, until it engages and tries to stop the vehicle, and you get a feel for doing it properly, you should be able to stop your vehicle safely just using a handbrake.
So if you guys liked me risking my life in this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more daily content. Until next time.